Hey everyone, it's Veiled Shot back at it with our Awaken Chaos Era video, and this one's going to be a little different from my previous ones. I'm going to be giving a complete overarching thoughts on the Awaken Chaos Era soft launch. I'm going to be going into, all sorts of things, especially since we have a global launch coming in a day and a half. So for those of you new players out there deciding whether or not to play, or for those of you current players who are deciding, maybe I should not stick with this game, or having conflicting thoughts, I'm just going to give you my thoughts whether or not I will be continuing to play the game and what the plans are for the future of this game. So I'm going to be going into where I'm at, the content in this game, the art style very briefly, and then quality of life features in this game, the free-to-play friendliness of this game, the communications with the developers, the future potential, and my overall thoughts at the end. So stick around for that. Also, I will be doing a 24-hour stream on this game 6 hours before global launch. That's going to be 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be starting a new free-to-play account for all of you new players out there, and also the current players. I'm going to be going through all sorts of things with this game. Super excited about that. So be sure to check that out if you are interested. Now, let's go ahead and talk about, who I am and what kind of experience do I have with this game. I've been playing this game since day one of soft launch. I recently started doing content creation about a week after soft launch, actually maybe 2 weeks after soft launch. And I've been able to clear most stage 12 dungeons, which is the end stages of this dungeons in this game. I've also been able to progress really quickly or farther in Void Tower, pretty much completing most of the content in the game at pretty high levels, decently high end arena, and this is all free to play. I've not spent on this account yet. I don't know if I plan on spending on it after I create my new free to play account. We'll see, but this game has been really, really kind to, myself in the content creation, and I have not had any troubles with anything in this game realistically so far, unless I haven't put in enough effort. So let's go ahead and go over the content in the game so far. So it's relatively new. First off, we have about 155 characters in the game. About 80 of those are actually playable, and, about 60 of them are actually really solid buildable characters. Only a couple, not too many legendaries, a decent amount of epics, and some elites. Not too many characters, to be honest, overall. It's a little limited on the champion pool, which is why a lot of people are adverse to some of the balance changes, because oftentimes when they do balance changes, it changes 80% of the people's characters, because there's characters, it's a limited champion pool right now. So, we would like to see a little bit more, but overall, this is a really solid start to the game. In my opinion, I don't think that we should be expecting a gigantic champion pool. Otherwise, you start diluting the champion pool with really, really terrible characters. So far, only about 155 characters. Now, we have a ton of game modes. I want to go over the shops real quickly. We have, the Gold Shop, Diamond Shop, Guild Vault Shop, Arena Shop, Trial Shop, which is a unique game mode, the Events Shop, which is a really interesting shop that I've never seen in any other game, really. You get tokens from completing events, and you can spend them here. And then a Hero Essence Shop, which is like a dupe system, where when you get extra summons, you exchange them for tokens, so you can spend them in this shop. Then we have Arena, just like any other game. We have a guild boss, like other games as well. We have a bunch of stage 12 dungeons. We have 5 to be precise in the Arcane Dominator, each with their own unique challenges. And then we have the Ability Crystal dungeons, which rotate every day. Then we have Void Tower, Normal, Hard, and Mythic. This is like the Trial of Ascension or the Doom Tower in Raid. And then we have bounties, which are unique one-time battles. If you complete them, you can then complete them automatically for gold, which are unique little challenges that you can complete. Dispatch, which is like just a really quick game mode. It's kind of like a mini game, to be honest. And then we have Endless Trials, which is really, really cool. I've been told it's like a game mode in AFK Arena. For me, it's like a Conquest from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You go through the individual trials that don't cost any energy, get artifacts, and you go through that way. And then you have just events that go on every day, and then, of course, campaign. And it is a variable gear stack collector game with, 6-star units. Get your gear, level up your gear, basic gear system. One thing to note, though, is that you are using gear charms to upgrade, so you can't upgrade without using gear charms. And one last thing, you get glyphs on your characters that you farm through your campaign modes. This is a very unique system to this game. These are unique bonuses depending on the character type, and you just farm them and they get permanent stats after you get them in the campaign. So that's pretty much the content in the game. I'm not gonna go super in depth into each piece of content because I do have guides on many of the contents out there. So I'm going to go ahead and real briefly discuss the graphics and art style. I think that this game has some of the best, graphics and art styles I've ever seen in gacha games. I'm not one, this is obviously a very subjective point, but I'm not typically on the side of enjoying, those animated styles, but also I really, really like raid style. And I do enjoy some of the, more animated style games. But I think this is a really, really nice balance between raid style and the anime style. It's very cartoonish, and I did want to mention they have really, really cool 3D animations. I'll just quickly show you here with the ultimate animations. Each character has a really, really nice handcrafted animation. Some people get sick of them. I think they're really awesome, really cool feature in that way. But this is the art style, to each their own. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That might completely stop you from playing this game. Completely fair. Now let's go ahead and head into some of the quality of life features that I personally have been waiting for in a lot of games. So the first thing is the game gives you automatically 10 multi-battles. If you just want to use multi-battle, it will go ahead and load up 10 multi-battles, complete 10, and then you can come back to it. So for those of you that play Raid, you have limited ones. For those of you who play Summoner's War, it's like the Summoner's War system, except you're locked in the battle. You can't just check out the lobby. That's pretty amazing, in my opinion. Those typically come later on. Another really nice quality of life feature is the quick promote system. So for those of you that are used to promoting all your characters, you can come in here, summon a bunch of characters, and then just instantly promote them from 1 star to 2 star to 3 stars, which is really, really, really convenient. It saves a ton of time. It's one of the things I hate the most about other, gacha games is promoting your characters over and over and over again. This is one of the biggest time savers and honestly one of the biggest things that attracts me to this game. On top of that, this game has something called XP Jelly. So when you go ahead and go into your characters and you want to level up someone, you don't actually have to drop them into the campaign modes and then farm them out, take them out, then put new characters in. You just farm with your main team, and then you get this XP jelly, and at any moment you can just press this upgrade button to level up their level, which is amazing. That's another huge time waste. You go into a game, a campaign battle, and you max out your 1-star characters with 1 or 2 battles, and then you have to pull them out, put another 3 set in. Really, really, really irritating in my opinion. One of the greatest quality of life features. Another really, really awesome one is the fact that you can pause your XP boost. So right here I have 100% XP boost. If I just turn it on, I can turn it on. If I go to sleep, I turn it off. If I don't want to farm campaign right now, I turn it off. Really, really, really solid. That's just some, honestly, a really, really amazing quality of life features. On top of that, one thing that I think is really, really understated by a lot of people is when you go into a battle, as long as you're not multi-battling, if you back out of the battle, you will only lose 1 energy. 1 energy, which is amazing because if you want to go ahead and test in a bunch of comps, you can go ahead and do that without any fear of, losing a ton of energy. Like if, you were farming, raid and you wanted to test out a comp, that's 16 energy every time you fail, which is pretty miserable to be honest. So that's really, really amazing. That pretty much goes over all the quality of life features that I've noticed in the game that I really, really appreciate. Someone in the comments is going to let me know something that I forgot, but those are the ones that I really, really appreciate. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the monetization of this game and whether or not it's free to play friendly. So first off, they have some amazing deals in this game. First off is the passes or these cards right here. These silver and gold cards. I personally have a, looks like the game is telling us to pay, but I personally have an offer calculator, so I've calculated out every single one of these packs. The first one is $5, and you end up getting 3,000 diamonds in a month. plus an extra 300, and you get plus 15% XP from battle. And then the $15 one is actually 9,000 plus 1,000 extra, so 10,000 diamonds over the course of 30 days, which is pretty crazy, to be honest. These packs are worth really nice. I do want to mention that the regular packs are mediocre, like they are regular, gacha game packs. There's nothing too special about it. However, the game does offer you a legendary hero pack right at the beginning of the game, which I still have not purchased because I am a free-to-play account. And they offer some really nice beginning game packs. And most importantly, this is huge, they have a battle pass every month so far, and the first one and the second one both had top tier legendaries in them. Now, some people have complaints about the second one because it is a fusible character. And I did actually forget to mention that there is permanent fusions in this game so far. So really solid in there. But one of the characters was fusible. However, it's a very difficult fusion. So if you're a low spender or someone who just spends, casually on the game, getting a legendary like that is so amazing. The battle passes have been so amazing, and it looks like the future battle pass that's going to come out for global launch is going to be a really amazing character. So I would definitely look out for that. Overall, I think the monetization of the game is really solid. The packs have been really solid. They've also released holiday packs for those of you that spend, occasionally for special occasions, or just, regular spenders, but look out for those holiday packs. So the regular monetization of the game is average to mediocre, but they do offer some really solid deals, especially for the low spender to casual spender. They definitely target those specifically because they definitely can get you for like maybe $25 a month. You can get so much value, and if you spend another $25, you'll get maybe a fraction of that first $25 spent per month. So really solid monetization from my opinion. Now, is the game free-to-play friendly? So first off, I want to define what it means to be free-to-play friendly from my perspective, because a lot of people throw around this word and it means different things to everyone. Like, some people think you should be able to compete in high-level arena/PvP as a free-to-play player. Some people think you should be able to complete X event in a certain amount of time, etc. What I'm going to be discussing is how good does the game feel as a free-to-play player when you're first starting out? Can you complete every event that comes around as a free-to-play player? And also, how difficult is it to create comps for the end game or the later stage dungeons, and how long does that take? So, first impressions, I will say that this game is extremely free-to-play friendly. Again, I am free-to-play, and I tend to use resources on content creation, and I'm still one of the highest progressed players in the game compared to a lot of players out there. So that needs to be said. Second off, does the game feel really solid when you first start out? They give you quite a bit of rewards. They give you quite a bit of summons. They give you a reroll at the beginning of the game to get a preset of some legendaries, which is really amazing. So you can pick out one of the best legendaries in the game, to be honest, right at the beginning. So that's really amazing. Can you complete every event as a free-to-play player? Absolutely. You don't even need to save in this game. So typically when you want to complete events as a free-to-play player, you need to save from event to event. The only one you might need to save for is the summoning event. But even if you kind of save some resources, not a ton, but even if you don't save resources, you still have a chance of completing it from day one of the event's start. So that's really important. All the other events have been extremely completable from any free-to-play player, even if you have zero resources saved up. I myself tend to spend my resources on stream and during content creation, so I don't have too many resources saved up, but it has never been a problem for me. Now, how quickly and how easy is it to go through dungeons? So it has been so easy to go through dungeons with free-to-play teams. Some of these are a little bit more difficult, like Witch of the Wind and Gemini Dragon are much later game stage dungeons. But something like Tulpa, something like Queen, can be completed with Poison teams, which are easier to fill out as a free-to-play player. And the reason for this is two of the big carriers of free-to-play teams are two fusible epic characters, which are fusible through elites. So within 2 to 3 weeks of the game, you should be able to fuse both of these characters, and then you can fill the team out with some healers, elite level healers, and you should be able to complete level 12 or max stage dungeons quite easily. When you're even 2 to 3 weeks in the game, it's extremely easy. I've done it on many accounts at this point, and it's not a problem at all. Even after they nerfed the characters, it's still easy to complete, even if you just play consistently for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's that. Now I'm going to be going into something that's honestly my personal most important thing in any game, and that is communication / what the developers are doing behind the scenes. Are they communicating with the players? Are they listening to player feedback? So I'm going to go ahead and show you something from the official Awaken Chaos Era Discord, and I've been in here for a while. So initially, when starting out the game, people were complaining about a stamina problem, and this was November 24th, the first week of soft launch. People were saying there's not enough stamina, and if you look here, December 2nd, they actually added a update, so they reduced stamina cost, they reduced difficulty, they added arena packs, and then later on, a couple days after, or about a week after, they reduced the stamina cost, they reduced the stamina exchange, they reduced the stamina consumption, they increased the stamina drop. So you could see they already were responding to player feedback within a week and a half of the game. They also reduced the stage difficulties and increased the number of stages and rewards in the friend challenges and such. So they basically completely changed the way stamina works so that it was much more convenient for every player out there. They also continued to respond to player feedback through their patch notes by buffing and nerfing certain characters, whether or not people like them or not. It's purely based on player feedback. On top of that, they have deliberately nerfed their own dungeons because people thought they were too hard and people asked for additional nerfs. They have been releasing new updates, winter event that was there for soft launch. Again, they buffed characters here, and then if we just continue down the patch notes, all they've done is respond to player feedback. Literally every change has been made based on people's reactions to characters, people's asks and wants to the developers. All of it has been up to date and very, very quick from the developers, and it has been honestly a complete amazing experience, because I have contacted developers myself, even though I'm a pretty small YouTuber, to be honest, and I'm not really anybody. You can just contact the developers, message them out of your own volition, and they tend to respond within a day. And it's really, really awesome to be able to do that. And they, again, as I said, they have continuously impressed me with how quickly and how accurately they have been addressing some issues or complaints that people have. It's been a complete dream, to be honest, and that cannot be understated, because this is one of my most important things that I see in any game. And along that note, I will talk about the future potential of this game. Just recently, January 14th, it is January 15th when I'm making this video, but January 14th, they just released an update to the players about global launch, and they said that they had a plan for the year 2022. So I already mentioned how much content they had in the game already, but what they plan for 2022 is more new heroes, more monthly events, more dungeons and challenging stages, a real-time PvP. For those of you that are into PvP, they plan on releasing real-time PvP within the first year of launch. They plan on releasing Guild Wars within the first month or two. They mentioned that they really want to get that done. They mentioned a Guild Dungeons, so like a Labyrinth mode is what I imagine in Summoner's War, and much more. I'm completely surprised on what they have. Pretty grand plans. We'll see if they follow through, but so far they have followed through on everything that they had said, and even things that we had asked for, they have been following through on. So I feel like this game has some major future potential, especially in combination with the art style, how much work they put in the kits, how unique some of the characters are, and then on top of all that, releasing such amazing content for the game, and then on top of that, responding to player feedback and regularly balancing characters, because no game in general can last and be healthy without regular patch notes and updates to characters. I mean, if you compared it to a game, something like Raid, well, they patch, maybe every 2-3 months, and it ends up being 3 to 4 characters. This game has patched 4 or 5 times now, and it's changed the buffs and nerfs to characters every week or 2 weeks. And it's been, 4 or 5, sometimes 12 or 15 characters. It's been extremely amazing, to be honest. And I am super, super hopeful for the future of this game. So I'm going to go ahead and overall, just give you a summary of my overall thoughts and just wrap up the video. I think this game has some major, major potential. I have decided to invest my personal time into it by doing content creation. I'm really enjoying it. The community has been super amazing so far. I do want to address some negative comments that you may have heard and from other content creators, something like they're not advertising their game, the developers aren't responding. I think those points are completely moot, because the developers have clearly shown an intent to respond, an intent to respond to player feedback and do regular updates, and they have been confirmation for actual advertisements being placed by the game. So I have no doubt that the game developers are actually investing their own time and money back into the game, rather than just doing a quick cash grab, as many cynical players out there have been judging this game for. And I think that the content in the game already has been super, super impressive. The unique art style and the gameplay of the characters has been super fun. And on top of that, they plan on releasing so much content within the first year. I myself have not completed everything in the game. I probably have another 3-4 months before I complete everything in the game, which is honestly very, very quick for any free-to-play player out there. But there's planned on being so much more content that I probably won't be doing that within 3 to 4 months. So we will see for that. I plan on playing this game, and I plan on making a second account. As I mentioned, I'll be doing a 24-hour stream on that second account, 12 p.m., January 16th, Pacific Standard Time, 6 hours before global launch. Check it out. It's going to be super, super fun. I'm super hopeful for this game. I'm super excited. Very, very positive note for this game, and I hope to see you in the next video.